girl with a preppy vibe. Came to the spot with a friend of mine. She caught my eye. From the beginning, I was hooked. I can't tell a lie. Fresh, dressed, and fly. I respect her mind. Some dude trying to impress, but looking goofy at the same time. He bugging, she looking. I'm going for mine. Confidently, I approach with that eye-to-eye contact. She smiling while adjusting her hair, so I smile back. Pretty girl, what's your name? She said, is that true? Cause if it is, your name perfect for you. My name handsome. She said your name fits you too. See, we was clicking, and after that, time just flew. Then that time came to talk to her pops. He gave his blessing. And then that mind frame I had was honoring and protecting. I knew she was the one when we met. I found my future girl, and no other woman compares to my girl. Yeah, I knew it from the...
Hey y'all, welcome to the live stream. How y'all doing today? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me and everything. Yes, welcome to my people that's on YouTube, on Twitch, and on TikTok Live, hopefully. Yes, happy Wednesday. I'm trying to get my little computer set up on my little iPad so I can see what y'all saying here. But yes, how y'all doing today? Let me go to my message screen. Happy holidays. Now, last week, I had a whole lot of chatter in the comments about that video about the man, who made the $15 an hour. So I told you guys I'm gonna bring that back today. So I got that for you guys and a couple other things. Okay. So I'm gonna let you all, get inside the inside the live stream here and everything, and then we're gonna get everything going. But in the meantime, for those that are here, let me know where you're from and speak to me in the chat. Hey Lavonda girl, how you doing? Yeah, when you were messaging me, I was trying to get ready for this. I said, oh my God. But when I dropped my glass, it was actually on my stand. And I didn't know that my headphone set from my work computer was like wrapped around something. So yeah, it was a whole mess. But anyway, welcome to the live stream. So I don't think I have anybody else here, just you. But they'll be coming in, I'm sure. But yeah, so how have you been doing? How are things going? Have you got, first of all, have you got your Christmas tree up, Miss Lavonda? Yes. Hello to all the other people that's here in the chat, here on the live stream. Glad that you're here. Let me know where you're from. Just getting caught up at right now. But Miss Lavonda, did you have your Christmas tree up? What you got going on for the holidays? Let me know something before we get going. Yes, I got a treat for y'all. I surely do. And I take it you guys can hear me. Can someone let me know if I'm loud and clear? Oh, she is phenomenal. Okay, girl. I know. What about that Christmas tree though? Oh, no, I don't celebrate. Okay, understood. Okay, understood. All right. Well, I'm taking your advice. I'm not buying anything else for my beautiful tree, but I don't know what I'm gonna say come December 26th. I might have a little bit more to add. So I'm keeping my tree up beyond the holidays. It's gonna be up for a minute. But yes, y'all, welcome to the live stream. I have about 13 people here. So glad y'all here to support. Okay, Lavonda says you are loud and clear. Thank you, girl. Thank you. So for those who are on Twitch or on TikTok, let me know if you guys can hear me. She said, "Don't buy a thing." Oh my goodness! I saw a new technique that I saw on YouTube on how to do like the grouping of the ornaments. So I'm thinking about doing that, but we'll see. Okay. So she said, "Where is Ray?" Girl, I don't know where Ray is. He might pull up on me later on. Who knows? Because I usually do like Thursdays, but I'm traveling tomorrow, so we're gonna just do, Wednesday this week. And we'll go back to Thursday next week. But when we have Christmas the week after that, that's on a Thursday, if I'm recalling correctly. I may have to switch it up for that week as well. So we'll see what I end up doing. But yes. So we got 2 people here on YouTube, but I have like 5 people looking. So they must be looking from somewhere else, which is fine. I really can't tell where people are at. Let me see something. Okay, I don't know. We're gonna keep it going. All right, y'all. So for those who are here, thank you for doing the live stream. We're going to go ahead and I'm gonna give you a little teaser video. We're gonna start off with this lady. I call it FAFO. You know what that stands for, right? And so this lady was on social media and this man made a comment about her and she pulled up on him. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play that and we're gonna watch this. Okay, let's get into it.
With a heavy heart that I will have to inform some individuals that their lives might be irreparably damaged from what I do, whether that be today or tomorrow. After making 2 small posts about District 7 in Tennessee, many people felt that this was their opportunity to come under my comment section and leave hateful, absolutely disturbing comments.
That was the villain you made. And what she did, she's my hero. As a matter of fact, I am so happy that this woman is on our side. So there was this guy, Mike. And Mike decided to go on this woman's page while she was promoting the Democrat in District 7 of Tennessee. Mike had some really not nice things to say because that's all MAGA does, right? That's all they do. They go on people's pages and they troll them. Well, guess what? The villain you made wasn't having it. And what she did next, she is my freaking hero.
What'd she do?
Let's watch her video. Watch.
Well, I think this is his car. All right. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, she knocking y'all.
Hello. I'm looking for a mic. Does a mic work here?
Yeah.
Can I speak to him?
Sure. What's this about?
Are you Mike?
Yeah.
Can I step aside? It's cold.
Okay, y'all. So y'all see how she done pulled up to somebody's job, okay? She done pulled up to the job for looking for Mike, and now she is asked to go into this person's residence or place of business. Okay, let's keep it going.
Oh, thank you. How you doing? Nice. So, a couple days ago, you left a comment under somebody's comment section. Do you remember that by any chance?
Not really.
It was regarding Tennessee, District 7. Yeah, well, John, you don't know me, I don't know you, but I was that person that you commented under. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy world. But I just wanted you to know, you see how easy I found you? It's not cool, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna give you the opportunity and apologize, or I'm gonna show your wife the ground account I found. How do you feel about that? Right. It's crazy world out here. So I did make this apology. And you don't have to. I understand it's hard, but all you have to do is read this nice little apology I wrote. Thank you. Go ahead.
Mike. Do apologize for my actions. And I see the consequences of my actions. And I will not.
Say it louder.
I will not do this to anyone else that ever.
Oh, good job, Mike. Thank you. I'll take that back from me. Yeah, I need that for other people. It was really nice meeting you. And
She drove 3 hours. 3 hours to confront this guy, Mike, who talked smack about her, talking about the Tennessee District 7 election. Mike just didn't like it. So Mike decided to personally attack this woman online. Well, guess what, Mike? Online is online, but there's also something called real life. And she came and hunted your ass down. It turned out that Mike had a Grindr account. Mike was also married. Look at that. Look how easy it is, MAGA, for us to find everything we need to know about you and Take this as a lesson, because guess what? The villain you made is not the only one out there that has access to information on the internet. So as all you little sissy MAGA trolls running around the internet protecting your pedo king, guess what? There is consequences for your real life. And we're not going to forget any single one of you. You're all up in the air in free game. Think about it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments about what this lovely woman did to Mike. And if you haven't followed me yet, please do. Have a day!
Ooh, wait. Okay. What y'all think about that? What do you all think about that? I don't know if I'm gonna drive 3 hours to pull up on somebody, but let me know what you all think about that. Just to recap, this man made a comment about her. She was talking about some Democratic stuff, and then he made some personal attacks towards her from what is being said here, right? And she went and found this man on the internet, found out where he lived. He got a grinder account, got a wife, all these things, right? And she like, well, hey, um, I can let your wife know about this grinder account. He ain't want that. And then she pulled up with a written apology for him to read. Do you hear me? Not okay now. She done drove 3 hours, then wrote out the apology and wanted this man to read the apology on camera. And she was so polite about it. What y'all think about this? So hold on, we got somebody here in the chat, honey. We got Mr. Kenrick Randolph that says, me too, I ain't driving. I'm like, yeah, I mean, 3 hours? And she pulled up on him. I mean, at his place of business. Okay. Look, she got it. She got it. She made her point. And that man was shook because he's probably, wait a minute, what's going on here? Who is this woman and how did she find me? But that just goes to show that we have these people on this end who be trolling and stuff. People can find you if they really looking for you. They can find you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna troll, you better be trolling correctly. That's all I got on that. But yes, I am not driving no 3 hours. I'm not even driving 30 minutes, I don't think. Trying to do nothing like that. I will just check people while I'm sitting here on this live and repost it and keep it moving. But me driving out my way, I'm not doing none of that. No. But anyway, y'all, so we got, okay, Mr. Cameron, where are you from? You look familiar. You've been you've been here on the live stream before. Where are you from? Like what state or whatever? And also welcome to the live stream. Happy holidays. For those who are here, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok Live, support the channel or support all three. We appreciate it over here. All right. So we got that out the way. So the next thing, let me see what else we got here. I got my little run of show here. Let me just check this off. Start off with something a little light. Now, I saw this next one. And yeah, I saw this next one. You know what? I'm not gonna do that one just yet. We're gonna go back to Mr. Russell Wilson in that Thanksgiving situation, okay? So I did a little think piece, and we talked about it at last week live stream about how that Trayvon guy had went on his podcast, which is only has like 9 episodes, right? And he was talking about Russell Wilson and his family as far as like their whole Thanksgiving situation, right? And so he issued an apology. So we're gonna look at that real quick. But I wanted to show you how Mama Wilson stepped into the shade room and had a little bit to say. Let me show y'all this real fast. Because I don't understand why people want to sit here and criticize what somebody else do. If your family got it going on like that, why aren't you with your family? You know what I'm saying? For Thanksgiving. Why are you not with them? You know what I'm saying? But yes, y'all, let me make this bigger so I can read this because y'all know. Hold on, let me see. It's gonna come on my iPad real fast. Give me 1 second. But yeah, so I don't understand why folks gonna get on the internet and criticize what somebody else does when it comes to their business and their family. Like, just do what you need to do. So this is what his mama had to say, y'all. She said, "Oh Lord, this is small, honey." She said, "I'm his mom. It is none of your business. This is opportunistic. I am so tired of all of you men cutting down my son." Jesus said to all accusing the woman, "He who was without sin cast the first stone." Part of our family was in Florida at a tournament. I stayed I stayed planning to stay home because I wanted to fast the 4 days before the year end. Russ thought enough of you, who has a criminal history, to love you enough to invite you over. This is why Russ keeps it moving. Folks not trustworthy. Russ, though, will forgive, but not again. I hope you felt relevant for a few minutes. Lord, forgive him, for he know not what he is doing. Tammy Wilson. And then she says at the end, "And we got our own money." Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they up here talking about, well, if Russell had all this money, he could have flew his family and all this other kind of stuff. And then he was talking about, uh, my family gets together. I mean, you don't know why these folks not together. You know what I'm saying? But I really want to show you guys the half-ass apology that this man tried to give. So let's play that real quick and get into it. Here we go.
But first thing first, bro, we gotta address the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? That was a video that obviously went viral. Me sharing my experience with what I had at a teammate's crib. We ain't gonna say no names. I'm pretty sure we already know. But with that being said, I just would have to let y'all know, like, hey, look, I'm a kid from Dallas, Texas, right? I come from a traditional household when it comes to family, right? When we came from,
Let me just say something. So he's from Dallas, Texas. I'm from the South too. I'm from Alabama. And typically when you say the South, you're thinking like Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, those kind of states. You don't think, Texas when you say the South or the dirty South, right? So I too come from the South. I too came from a tight-knit family. But I will say that I too was raised to know what to say and what not to say. Okay? And that's where he lacking. So to sit here and try to make it simple because you from the South and how your family is tight knit does not negate that he was on that BS. Let's keep this going.
I came from shit. And so when it come to Thanksgiving, the reason I said what I said is because when we had a little bit of nothing, we still came together as a family. That's the way that I was raised. That's the way that I always seen it. So when I seen something a little bit different, it was that to me. It was different. Now, I probably could have articulated it a lot better than what I did, and I could have gave a little bit more context than what I did. But I do want to sit here, whether my co-host agrees or not, because I know he don't. I do want to issue an apology, right? I felt like they didn't wake up and ask for that. Russ, Sierra, and especially Baby Future, right? This was a long time.
So, okay. So, yeah, they didn't wake up and ask for this, right? But at the same time, it's like, he was, in my opinion, new podcast, trying to be relevant. And for whatever reason, Russ Wilson is like the golden goose egg when it comes to people going viral, having something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's talking about he came from nothing, right? Is what he said, right? He said poop, but I'm gonna just use the word nothing. He came from nothing and they still came together. So, okay, what does that have to do with what Russell Wilson got going on at Thanksgiving? Because the fact still remain is that this man was not at his house with his family. You in the NFL. Why didn't you bring your family to where you were at? Why didn't you fly to your family? Like, you still haven't really explained why you're not with your family. If y'all are so tight knit, you got the money now, right? Because he was saying, whoever got the money, we're going to do Thanksgiving there. You got the money. You in the NFL, right? He was a rookie quarterback. Help me understand why you sitting at Russell Wilson's table and not at your mama table, your grandmama table, your sister table. Why you ain't with your family, but you at his house? And then had a nerve to talk crap about it, years later. Because Russell hasn't been in Seattle for I don't know how long now. When I lived in Washington State, he was up there. At the same time, I've been gone almost 10 years. So yeah, let me keep this going because to me, this is a half-baked apology. And then he gonna say, well, my co-host don't agree. We don't care about your co-host. You didn't have no business sitting up here, saying this man's name. You could have kept it cute and just talk generically. But you wanted to say his name to get that notoriety. Okay? Let's keep this thing going.
Well, I'll share an experience that I had 10 years ago.
It's a lot of things they don't wake up to.
Right. It's a lot of stuff that, but I can only speak for me.
Okay.
Right. And so I can't issue that apology and say that I do apologize because they didn't necessarily deserve it. I could have told a story without name dropping because I'm pretty sure like other people go tell their stories on podcasts and their experiences. And then you just speculate who it is and you go from there. So like I said, bro, I do want to issue that apology publicly. I don't think that you can publicly say something and then go privately apologize. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to just start off there and saying like, hey, look, I do apologize, especially to Baby Future, because if it's one person I fuck with, it's the Future fans. You know what I'm saying? So like I said.
Okay, so he want to apologize because of the Future connection, basically. He don't want to piss off the Future fans. I know you don't want to piss them off. But yet again, you didn't even have to. Then, he was talking about how the baby was bad. Like, why are you talking about a 2-year-old and their behavior? Where are your kids at? Now, this is the same man. Like the lady said, Miss Russell Wilson mama said, this man got a criminal history. Okay, he didn't punch somebody in the face and went to jail for 3 years, y'all. And got domestic situations. But he up here talking about what Russell Wilson got going on at Thanksgiving because he can afford and had a chef cooking Thanksgiving dinner. Did you not eat? What's the problem? Look, when people get a little coin, they're like, we're not finna be cooking in the kitchen. We're gonna go ahead and order out. We're gonna have somebody else come and cook. People who get a little money do that. Because who wanna be sitting up in the kitchen tired all day from cooking and can't enjoy the holiday and enjoy their family? If you like cooking like Megan Thee Stallion and you impressing your man and his family, have at it. But other people, they like, no, we tired. We gonna rest. Sierra right here looking like she 28 and she 40 because she ain't around here in no kitchen slaving all the time. And that is okay. Let's keep it going.
I said, bro, like, look, man, we're gonna sit on it. And this is a learning experience for a lot of us, bro. We've been doing this podcast, 9 episodes?
9.
And we learning a lot. We going through a lot. And it's gonna be ups, it's gonna be downs. We gonna sit over here and we gonna have viral moments. We're gonna have moments that might not go viral. We can't sit over here and make it about a viral moment. I know, like, you got Shannon. All right, Shannon talking about what he talking about as far as what he would have done. And I don't even want to get into Shannon and Ocho and Acho and all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's buku people. You feel me? Like, all of a sudden, a lot of people got something to say with what Sharon got to say. Now, you know what I'm saying? Keita son gonna do him regardless. That's one thing I'm never gonna change.
Who's that?
Keita son.
Okay.
That's me.
Keita son.
I'm gonna do me regardless.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Well, okay, Keita son, like, you can do you regardless. You need to keep people's names out your mouth. Do you, and stop talking about other people and their family and their kids. Because what he still don't understand is you are up here talking about Russell Wilson and the fact that he hired a chef, the fact that, Sierra dad was there, him, Sierra, and the kids, the dogs, and 2 nannies. Okay, but the fact still remain is that Mr. Keita's son, was not with Keita. I'm assuming Keita his mama. You are not with your mama. in your family. You still ain't explained why you weren't with your family on Thanksgiving. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. Yeah. So hold on. Am I back live? Hello. Can y'all see me? What's going on here?
We want to issue that apology to the future fans, to Sierra, to Russ, because they didn't deserve that. And I'm just gonna come out publicly apologize. I'm gonna push past this shit. I'm not gonna sit on here and dwell about it. We seen some of the comments on the internet
Going crazy.
Appreciate it. Some of y'all have hit me in the DMs and said, bro, you ain't did nothing wrong. But I still feel like I should have issued some type of apology for name dropping, right? Because like I said, bro, I could have articulated my story and gave a little bit more context about why I felt the way that I felt, right? And he probably was blindsided by the whole thing. And so with that being said, look, I'm going to just literally leave it at that, bro. Like, and Shannon and Ocho and all y'all probably just raised different from me. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, I was raised in a Southern traditional household. Like, I had people calling me once the clip went viral on some like, bro, Trey, they really just don't understand where you from. Right? At the end of the day, they got to understand where you from. If they knew how you was raised, they wouldn't be speaking. They would know why that was what it was for you.
That was your rookie year.
Let me figure this out, y'all. What is going on? Why is this thing like stuck? What is going on? Y'all, I take it y'all can hear me. I don't know why the camera. Let me see something real quick. Okay, y'all. I think I'm back in action.
But first thing first, bro, we gotta address the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I think I'm back.
That was a video that obviously went viral. Me sharing my experience with what I had at a teammate's crib. We ain't gonna say no names. I'm pretty sure we already know. But with that being said, I just would have to let y'all know, like, hey, look, I'm a kid from Dallas, Texas, right? I come from a traditional household when it comes to family, right? When we came from, like, I came from shit. And so when it come to Thanksgiving, and the reason I said what I said is because when we had a little bit of nothing, we still came together as a family. That's the way that I was raised. That's the way that I always seen it. So when I seen something a little bit different, it was that to me. It was different. Now, I probably could have articulated it a lot better than what I did, and I could have gave a little bit more context than what I did. But I do want to sit here, and whether my co-host agrees or not, because I know he don't, I do want to issue an apology, right? I felt like they didn't wake up and ask for that, Russ, Sierra, and especially Baby Future, right? This was a long time ago. I shared an experience that I had 10 years ago.
It's a lot of things they don't wake up to.
Right. It's a lot of stuff that, but I can only speak for me. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I can't issue that apology and say that I do apologize for, because they didn't necessarily deserve it. I could have told a story without name dropping, because I'm pretty sure like other people go tell their stories on podcasts and their experiences, and then you just speculate who it is and you go from there. So like I said, bro, I do want to issue that apology publicly. I don't think that you can publicly say something and then go privately apologize. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to just start off there and saying like, hey, look, I do apologize, especially to Baby Future, because if it's one person I fuck with, it's the Future fans. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, bro, like, look, man, we gonna sit on it, and this is a learning experience for a lot of us, bro. We've been doing this podcast, 9 episodes? And we learning a lot. We going through a lot, and it's gonna be ups, it's gonna be downs. So we gonna sit over here and we gonna have viral moments. We're gonna have moments that might not go viral. We can't sit over here and make it about a viral moment. I know, like, you got Shannon, all right? Shannon talking about what he talking about as far as what he would have done, and I don't even want to get into Shannon and Ocho and Acho and all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's buku people. You feel me? Like all of a sudden, a lot of people got something to say with what Sharon got to say. Now, you know what I'm saying? Keita son gonna do him regardless. That's one thing I'm never gonna change.
But y'all see that Keita son did not mention anything about his domestic challenges, right? Okay, he ain't mentioned nothing about that. Let me keep it going. We almost done with this.
Who was that?
Keita son.
Okay.
That's me.
Keita son.
I'm gonna do me regardless.
Exactly.
You feel me? So, but I do want to issue that apology to the Future fans, to Sierra, to Russ, because they didn't deserve that. And I'm just gonna come out publicly apologize. I'm gonna push past this shit. I'm not gonna sit on here and dwell about it. We seen some of the comments on the internet
going crazy.
Appreciate it. Some of y'all have hit me in the DMs and said, "Bro, you ain't did nothing wrong," but I still feel like I should have issued some type of apology for name dropping, right? Because like I said, bro, I could have articulated my story and gave a little bit more context about why I felt the way that I felt, right? And he probably was blindsided by the whole thing. And so with that being said, look, I'm going to just literally leave it at that, bro. Like, and Shannon and Ocho and all y'all probably just raised different from me. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, I was raised in a Southern traditional household. Like, I had people calling me once the clip went viral on some like, bro, Trey, they really just don't understand where you from. Right? At the end of the day, they got to understand where you from. If they knew how you was raised, they wouldn't be speaking. They would know why that was what it was for you.
That was your rookie year.
And it was my rookie year. Like I said, bro, I looked up to Russ. You know what I'm saying? Being a black quarterback coming into the league, you looked up to something like that. Mm-hmm. So to see how it was moving and how it went, it just kind of took me back. Like, I didn't know if this is what money was. You know what I'm saying? Is this what happened when you got a lot of money? Like, and it's just kind of confused because, like I said, bro, when we came from nothing, I came from shit. So when we still came together for Thanksgiving, and so that was how I was raised. And so to step inside that environment, something that was different for me.
Okay, so it's clear that he did not come from money. We understand that. I mean, I didn't come from money. My parents weren't no millionaires like Russell Wilson. But at the end of the day, I have evolved, right? We have evolved here in the live stream. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, right? And he keeps talking about, well, I mean, you should look up to Russell Wilson, sir. I agree with you on that. He should have did that. But because you grew up in the hood, it sounded like to me he was surprised by having a chef, okay, but then he still keeps talking about what his family wasn't together, and the fact still remains, sir, you weren't with your family. That is what I don't understand. Am I missing something, y'all? Okay, I'll get to the chat, y'all. Am I missing something? I'm really perplexed here. He said he didn't come from money. Fine. You not used to seeing people in a nice house with nice cars with chefs and nannies. I get that. But what does that have to do with you talking about somebody being weird because their family had other things to do with their own family? And I love that his mama said that we got money, meaning we don't need Russ to send us to fly us nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's what she was saying. Clearly, his family needs somebody to fly them somewhere, but other folks don't. My family don't be flying me nowhere. Well, I need to go home and stuff. But I guess I've evolved fully, huh? So I don't know, y'all. Let's finish this out because he about to get on my nerves when he keep talking about all this foolishness about I this is not what I'm used to. Well, just say what you're not used to. Don't be talking about how this man spent his money, about where this man family at, about how his son at. They ain't got nothing to do with what you're talking about here.
Articulated it in a way that maybe I shouldn't have. And then it is what it is.
At the end of the day, that was your experience.
That was my experience. And so I don't necessarily think I can apologize for my experience, right? But I can apologize because I could have left it up to speculation. I didn't have to name drop. I didn't have to put Baby Future in it. He was a baby. Who wasn't bad at two? You feel me? Like, I would probably piss poor at two.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, that was your experience, though.
Yeah, it was my experience. But hey, like I said, bro, it is what it is. Like, I ain't finna sit here and dwell on it.
don't drag my dog. You know, we gonna support each other. I'm here on the podcast, and we gonna support each other. We gonna support your people, right? Don't make it worse than what it is.
Okay, good. We done with that. Okay, good. First of all, y'all, it's not to me. It's his perspective. What is this experience? You experience going to somebody's house for Thanksgiving? No, what he's been talking about is his perspective. Okay, let's use the right terminology here. Perspective. You know, your perspective of how somebody should spend their Thanksgiving. It's a perspective, not an experience that he's talking about, sir. So okay, so let me just to get back into the chat. I did see where Kendrick Randolph says he's from Houston. Nice. Is the comment gone? Okay, well, it was here at one point. Okay. So then we have Lord, you know it. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the live stream. Saying where the fans at? Yeah, I could use one right about now. They got hot up in here. And he said hello. And what did he miss? So we have so far we've looked at a couple things. We did our little introductions and our little greetings and everything. We looked at this video of the lady who drove 3 hours to pull up on this troll. And she went to his place of business. And and then she gave him a written apology for him to read on the internet that she recorded of him reading. And then she said she found a Grinder account that he had, and and would he want his wife to see it? So we saw that already. I was trying to get some things warmed up, get people time to get up in here, right? And then just now we're kind of following up on the whole Russell Wilson thing. We talked about what the mom said, as far as like she was fasting, her other family was at a tournament, and they got money. And then we just watched how Mr. Boykin here was giving this half-baked apology, that he really didn't want to give, but he decided to give it because, he F's with the future fans, right? So that's what we got going on so far. So let me go ahead and finish my comment to you. But y'all, what y'all think about all that for those who have been here? But okay, so okay, well, I see y'all ain't got much to say here right now, which is fine. That's fine. I don't need nobody feeling obligated. But let me tell y'all, so we got some more things here. So, like I had mentioned last week, we're gonna go ahead and get to the thing here. So last week I was telling y'all about the young man that was saying that his girlfriend left him because he was no longer a provider. Now, let me just say this, and I'm gonna say this as nicely as I can, respectfully, okay? This man, for me, you can tell he like, I don't know, early 20s, maybe late teens, I'm not sure. But he's too young to be around here trying to be a provider for somebody, okay? I feel like when you are younger, when you like 18, 19, 20, 21, you should be focusing on your start in life, in my opinion. Like going to college, doing what you're doing. Now, if you're going to the military, that's a little bit different. But traditionally, I think at that age, whether you are man or woman, you should be focused on, getting your life started. Not worried about taking care of somebody else, unless you got children or something with this, that type of thing. That's different. But yeah, so, and honestly, like I said last week, if somebody say they're making $15 an hour, that means they are an hourly worker. It's not salary. So it's not like, oh, I get an annual salary of 30K. Like they clocking in, clocking out is what I'm getting off this, right? So I'm not saying that I have a problem with somebody making $15 an hour, but like Mr. Bull Monkey said last week, I don't know if he here tonight. Shout out to him for supporting the live stream last week. He said you on the express train to poverty, honey. I remember that statement. But y'all, I have found the video, and so I'm gonna let y'all see this for yourself. Now, leading up to this video, he was out walking and crying, and I think that's why people were like, okay, so what's going on? what happened? And then that's when he went viral with the video I'm about to show y'all. Okay, so it's gonna take a minute to watch this now. So I might have to stop and say a little something. Make sure y'all are comment in this chat so we can make sure we connected throughout this process, right? So let's go ahead and get into this. Here we go.
Y'all wanted to know why we broke up. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it as quick as I can. I'm trying to move on from it truly, but I will tell y'all so y'all can understand, my perspective a little bit better for those that wanted it. So we broke up because I could no longer provide what she was looking for, the security she was looking for, which I completely understand by all means. She was going through nursing school and she wanted to feel financially secure as if, there's no issues when she comes back, even though she was working part-time and going to nursing school. Basically, beginning of 2024, I was working a city job, making like $15.75 an hour. That wasn't really something she was cool with. She said, could you go ahead and get a different job so I could feel more financially secure? I said, yeah, by all means. So I ended up getting a job at Amazon. They were paying $18.75, 25 cents more than what she was making at her job because she was working part-time. So the reason why she asked me to do that is because she's at nursing school and she just wanted to feel financially secure. I'm a man. I don't mind providing. I'll do what I can. So I ended up getting injured at Amazon, because they had some messed up way of, routing and stuff like that. My first day on, and they said you get penalized if you don't deliver all your packages. It was my first day. So I got injured my first day. My first week, I just kept on getting more and more pain in my knee to the point it was locking up and all that. Doctors was telling me I might have torn my meniscus when I finally went to one. I ended up getting on workers' comp. Workers' comp checks took a second to come in, mind you, as I got the news that like, hey, I might have torn my meniscus, and mind you, that's a life-changing injury. My mother passed, and so the money from the workers' comp didn't come in yet, so we were struggling financially for a second. No fault of my own. Still, I was at Amazon. They wasn't trying to follow the little doctor's note for like, hey, reduce weight. And so my doctor said, go ahead and just stay out. I had a note for, whatever, right? So I'm supposed to be waiting for the checks, but God came through, had a couple of thousand that made sure we were good for a couple of months. I bought some gifts for her, all that with that money. I should have been smarter with it, truly. But, I decided that like, hey, I'm just.
Okay, y'all. So where do you live that where you could just live off $2,000 for a couple of months? Like, where are they at? Like, I spend more than that. Let me get this back right. I spend more than that on my rent and my mortgage every month. $2K. He need to keep that place. But so y'all heard the man say that he had a job working for the city, was making about what, $15 an hour or something like that. And then the fiance girlfriend was like he needed to make more money so she can feel more secure. And so he got the job at Amazon. So I'm assuming this is more of a labor type of job, right? I don't know. Okay, so he didn't mess around and hurt himself on the job, trying to get workman's comp and doing all of that. And so let's see. And then I guess he made a couple grand. He got a couple grand from somewhere. He buying her gifts and paying bills. Like, let me just say this for the people. If you right here and you not actively working and getting a check, do not be out here buying nobody no gifts. So I don't know why this man felt compelled. He need to buy somebody some gifts when you are not happy. You don't have consistent money coming in at the moment to take care of your bills and take care of you and her. Basically, is what it sounds like. And she still had her part-time job, which he made 25 cents more than she did once he got this new job. Okay, and she's working part-time, going to nursing school. Okay, so that's where we are at this point. Let's get this set up back right and get back to the video.
I was going to buy a car with it, right? Or even repair the car that we had out front that she gave me, right? It was like a beat up Honda that, just needed a whole, new power steering rack or something like that. But that was going to cost a couple $100. But, you know, I discussed it with her because, you know, my money was not just mine in my head. It was also hers because, like, you know, I was planning to marry this girl. I put a ring on her finger. And so, come to find out, just maybe 2 months after my mom died, we was in relationship counseling because, you know, she just couldn't understand that my depression symptoms because she was like, oh, I just thought you was depressed. I didn't know you were depressed and anxious. I know how that can be. But I told you, I got anxiety. I told you that I'm depressed, but it took the therapist to tell her that, yeah, that's what he's dealing with, for her to finally be understanding, right? And so she was saying that she was being patient. Honestly, she wasn't being patient. She was tolerating me until, you know, things got better. But that's besides the point. I don't even want to get into it. I'm just going to tell y'all exactly what led up to the breakup. So as months go on, I'm getting workers' comp checks. You know, we're making sure we're good financially. You know, things started turning around. You know, financially we were secure, regardless, just off my checks alone. Only thing that she had to pay for, you know, and she was working part-time, like per diem. She wasn't even working like weekly some days. Like, you know, sometimes she didn't have to go to work. She was working per diem. And my checks alone was making sure that we had all the bills in the crib paid for. I'm giving all this to say this, right? December hit, the workers' comp checks start coming in because of no fault of my own. The little MRI place didn't send a scan of my knee like they were supposed to. I signed a whole sheet about it and everything for them to send it to the workers' comp board so the payments wouldn't get stopped. They didn't do it. The payment stopped. Okay, as soon as the payment stopped, I went to unemployment that very same, maybe the day after I found out. Okay, the money from unemployment took a while to come in, and I had to, you know, apply for unemployment every weekly, even though the money was not coming in. During that time, she blamed me. She said, why didn't you apply to unemployment before? I could have sworn I told you. I told her before to, like, hey, I was told by my uncle and my attorney that I cannot be on workers' comp and unemployment at the same time. It's not possible. She didn't want to hear me until her friend told her, you know, who was also on workers' comp, that her attorney said the same thing. And then she believed me, right? But the resentment was already there. So she just blamed me for the situation that we were in. And so I sold that beat up car that, like, you know, I was going to fix for money, so to make sure we were good for a month. And then, you know, I think the month after that, you know, she basically was resentful of me to the point that, like, I moved in. I wouldn't say moved in, right? I asked her, like, hey, you want me to stay at night at my uncle's so you could process your feelings and we could talk about it the next morning? She said a couple of nights. I'm like, okay, I understand. You know, and then as time went on, you know, she just became more and more resentful. Like, she wouldn't reply every day. You know, some days she'll go hours without, you know, texting back, and then, you know, this, that, and the third. It was just dry text, just mean sounded, really. But, like, I wasn't trying to lose her because, like, I'm like, I love her. You know, this is just a rough patch, you know, this, that, and the third. But she ended up saying, like, you don't know how serious this is. Like, I don't think this can be fixed in 2 weeks because, you know, she was like, she extended from a couple of days to, like, 2 weeks of me being at my uncle's house, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you know, just give me some time so I can show you that, like, hey.
So like I said last week, the fact that he's at his uncle's house, you know, it went from being over there for a couple of days to now he's there for like weeks and whatever else, months or whatever. Like, he was living with her. That's what it sounded like to me. If y'all think different, let me know, because why would you leave the place that you paying? Why would you leave the place that you had your name on the lease for? You know what I'm saying? And go stay at your uncle's house. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know something in the comments.
And make sure we're good. Like, this, that, and the third. The employment money didn't come in, right? It wasn't until the employment money did come in, and I sent the bread to her, so make sure that the house was good, that she started being a little bit nicer and stuff like that. But even then, she didn't want me back at the crib. So, like, I'm like, oh, what's going on? So as my anxiety started building, I'm like, I cannot handle this. I feel like I'm on the precipice of getting broken up with on the daily. I'm like, you know what? By all means, we might as well rip the Band-Aid off. I know you don't want this no more. She was like, how you gonna say I don't want this when I'm still with you? You downgraded us from boyfriend and girlfriend. And then when I said something about it, you was like, you were too nonchalant about it, when I was definitely afraid of, you know, me saying, like, no, I want to stay fiance. and, you know, stay as fiancés, that you would just be like, no, we're done. It's either boyfriend and girlfriend, or it's over. I was definitely afraid. I didn't want to make no moves that would just, you know, be like, I don't feel like this is worth it. But like, you know, at that point I was being held hostage, like with my anxiety, it felt like. So I'm like, you know what, by all means. And then as time went on, I'm like, you know what, let's try to work this out. You know, can we have a conversation? She's like, yeah, we can have a conversation about it in person. I'm like, okay, bet. Months go by. Months. It wasn't until it was my birthday. She didn't even send me no happy birthday text. And I'm like, okay, can you just send me all my stuff back to my uncle crib? And she's like, oh, no, this, that, and the third. Your stuff is here. You know, you ain't got to, you know, rush it out, this, that, and the third. Like, it wasn't until I started sending messages or paragraphs of how, you know, what she did hurt me, how what was going on that, like, you know, really made me feel. Mind you, I said, I don't blame you. Almost every single text message, I could send y'all the receipts that, like, hey, I don't blame you for what you did, but, like, you know, this shit hurt me. It wasn't until I started, you know, being honest with how I felt that she was in a hurry to give me all my stuff for real, right? So, mind you, I still don't blame her for putting herself first. You know, I understand my depression symptoms made it seem like I wasn't on shit. You know, I wasn't, you know, worried about providing and everything. But, you know, when workers' comp stopped, I'm like making phone calls and I'm like, hey, this and the third, and they telling me, oh, it's gonna be 4 months before them checks start coming in again. I'm calling unemployment. It's like, oh, we don't know why it's taking so long, but, you know, just keep on, you know, doing claiming. I'm out here calling places to try to loan. She's telling me not to be desperate with that shit. I'm like, okay, I understand, but like, she said, like, you made it seem like you didn't have no urgency. She's telling me like, oh, it feels like I'm raising my son. It feels like I'm the man of the relationship because she was the one working. One thing that set her off is that, like, I was being honest with how I felt after being on hold with the company I was on the phone with for so long. I'm like, that drained the shit out me because I'm still dealing with my.
Okay, y'all, I understand that his mom passed away. May she rest in peace. Moment of silence. But let me just say this here. For a person that's working, you don't, and you the only one working, you ain't trying to hear somebody complain about having to wait on the phone on hold when that's the only thing you got to do for your employment for the day. Lord bless this Lord, bless this child. Let's finish this on out. Because I don't even know where to begin or end it with this. Hold on.
You know, death. You know, I'm still grieving. Like, that drained the shit out of me. I'm gonna go rot in bed for a little bit. And she felt like, you know, she didn't have the ability to rot in bed, and so she was angry at me about it because she had, you know, studied for school, and I understand that. I don't blame her, but like at the same time, it's just that's the reason why we ended. She started to resent me for the position I was in. I didn't tell her all the phone calls. I'm telling her I'm making phone calls to this, I'm making phone calls to that. I wasn't being too specific because I already know she's stressed about the school. I wasn't trying to add more stress, but like, hey, we may not be getting money for a little bit because I'm gonna make something happen. Because I was making something happen. But everything happens for a reason. Mind you, I'm not gonna be dwelling on this for much longer. This is probably gonna be the last video I ever talk about her for real. I put that on my life.
Woo, y'all heard this here? Did y'all hear this? This is the story I was telling y'all about. Let me check the comments real fast before I get to talking. So Kenrick Randolph said, true. I don't even know what I was saying when you put that in there. Then Roddy Wren, he got him here. Hey, Roddy Wren. Hey, Mr. Ray. Lavonda was asking about you. I told her that he'll probably pull up later on in the evening. He said, my favorite stylist. Thank you. Yeah, Lavonda, she might still be here. You know, she might, who knows? I don't know. Lavonda be in the bushes sometimes. She be on the phone. You know, she might pull back in tonight if she ain't fell asleep yet. So we'll see. So Kendrick said, I thought nurses cared. She had another man. I think you're right. Because check this out, Kendrick. So I had to look at some other videos on his TikTok page. And so he did another video, right? Where he had called the girl mama. He called the girl mama. and asked her if he called the girl mama and asked the girl mama, if she had moved on, if the daughter, which is his girlfriend, had moved on, because it had been like 6 months. And all the mama said is that he needed to take care of himself. That's what she told. That's what the mama told. You need to take care of yourself. So he was like, I knew that she probably had moved on by the 3-month mark. Baby, if you don't go somewhere and get healed and deal with your mother passing away and deal with your torn meniscus and and finding you, somewhere to work, like finding you a job where you ain't got to be tearing no knees and stuff. That's what you need to be focused on, and not focus on this woman who around here doing what she doing. Okay, because at the end of the day, this young lady working up, she like, look, I'm working a part-time job and I'm going to school. She probably like, what are you doing? Like, is this gonna be it for you? You know what I'm saying? Is this it? Is this $15 job gonna be it? Is this, you working at Amazon gonna be it? You know what I'm saying? She want him to be a little bit more ambitious, right? Is what I'm thinking. But it's a lot at play. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments first. So okay, we got Lavonda here. She said, I'm here. I knew you was either here or was gonna be back. She said, I'm glad he let her go. He needed to let her go. I agree. Yes, he need to let her go, and he need to go and figure out some things for himself. He need to be getting to that bag, self-improvement. Okay? And then you pick who you want once you get to where you need to get to. Lavonda said that whole situation was deeper than a financial issue. For sure. Because you see, he was back at the uncle house. He never went back to the house, girl. Because if he would have went back, he could have got his own stuff. Instead of telling her after she didn't text for his birthday, when she didn't do the birthday text or whatever, well, just send me my stuff to my uncle house. You ain't even go back to the house. You done left your stuff there. Yeah. He left gracefully, I guess. For those who are here, like, share, comment, subscribe, join in on the conversation. Yes, get into it. Ken Randolph is saying, oh yeah, she gone. Oh yeah, that girl gone and tired, honey. Yes, she is gone and is tired. You hear me? Oh yeah. He just need to focus on himself, like her mama said. That's the best advice that anybody could give him. And at this point, whatever I would have left at her house, I wouldn't even want it no more. Because to me, well, send me my stuff. That's just him trying to hold on to something. Don't hold, just let it go. You ain't had it all these months, let it go. Unless it had like some really intrinsic value, maybe I would ask for it. But if it's been at her house all this time, let it, you don't need it. You don't need it, sir. And stop sending them doggone workman's comp checks, okay? Yes, I'm glad he finally got into it. But yes, y'all, the people tried to eat me up last week talking about that $15 an hour. Like, no, like that man said, Mr. Bull Monkey. If Mr. Bull Monkey is in the chat, come out the bushes. He said that's an express train to poverty. That's what he said. Now that man had some comments last week, okay? But yes, y'all. So let's see what else we got going on up in here. Okay, that's it. All right, so I got something else for y'all. Wait a minute. Kimberly said I need my PS5. Why you need your PS5? What's going on with the PS5? I done missed it. What's going on with the PS5, y'all? I have never played you. I know that's a PlayStation 5. I don't even know what that's used for besides playing games. But let me know. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna break it up a little bit. Y'all know I like talking about Shador. Shador saying that, I like supporting that. I want y'all to see. So y'all know how at one point the Browns had all these quarterbacks. They traded Flacco, how do you say his name? Then they had what's his name? Gabriel Dillon, starting. He ended up having a concussion situation, and they went ahead and pushed the door in the seat, and they kind of been going like every week. Well, who's gonna be the starting quarterback? Well, apparently it's gonna be Shador, y'all. So let's see what the coach had to say and what he was asked in this exchange. But before we go there, Kenrick replied. He said, "I need my PS5." He said, "From her house." Now I agree with you on that. Costs money right there. Yeah, you spending at least $1,000, I'm thinking, on the PS5, right? So yeah, so we're gonna check out what this coach had to say, and then we're gonna get into this treat I got for y'all. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I think all along, Mary Kay, as you know, with our quarterbacks and our young players, you're always making sure they're making the right decisions for our guys. And I think he has constantly and consistently gotten better in each one of these games and how he's approached this game. He's been working very hard. So I feel good about where his development is heading. He knows there are always going to be plays that he can be better and those type of things. But he's very intentional about getting better each and every game he's out there.
Kevin, hi. Was it a mistake not to start Shador earlier?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into those type of things, Tony. I'm obviously focused on what's in front of us.
Shout out to them. Shout out to the reporter asking that question. Was it a mistake? Let me just tell y'all this. Now I'm not. Y'all know I did play football once, but that didn't work out for me. But I'm not an NFL type of football player, right? But let me just say this. Sometimes people just do not want to admit when they're wrong. And sometimes they allow their personal perspective, their personal biases to get in the way of the bigger picture, which in this case would be the game and winning these NFL games, right? Getting to that Super Bowl. Like, that man did everything he could trying to block Shador, in my opinion. Okay. And at some point, you know what? They allow him to have free reign as a coach, do what he do, right? But somebody that came up to him, quite a few people have in that locker room and on that management team, because Shador bringing that money up in there to the Browns. Y'all saw he had the #1 jersey. Y'all see that he has the most views on his games. Even I be looking at the games. Okay, I tell you something. But yeah, that man didn't want to sit there and admit that he was wrong for not signing this man, and he's definitely not going to tell you why he didn't want to let this man go ahead and be in there. They done said, from what I had saw from the stats, that Shador outplayed Cam Ward, the #1 quarterback pick from this last class. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people, they just gonna hate. They couldn't touch his dad, they're gonna try to touch him. But Shador has a really good personality, a really good demeanor, in my opinion. And he handles everything with grace, and he know how to say what to say, and he just got that natural swag about himself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to him. And I'm glad that he's gonna be the starting quarterback going forward for this season, for the remainder of the season. So yeah, I hope every day he hit that target, he out there giving 100% and showing them why they should have had him starting on game 1. Okay, that's the mindset. I'm sure he already know that. He don't need TT Tip to let him know that. But yeah, that's the move right there. But I was glad to see that this man had finally got on this stage and said, "Yep, he's gonna be starting." Because Gabrielle Union, that fiance, not Gabrielle Union, Gabrielle Dillon and his fiance, she doing too much. She need to go get her a class with Savannah James on how to be a athlete wife and not being in the mix, stirring up stuff. She need to go learn that real fast. Okay. So I said y'all ain't got no comments on that. So I'm gonna get to the treat, y'all. Let me tell you about this next one, honey. When I saw this video, I was like, this too much. I had to follow this lady on TikTok, okay? And the story is she did not go to her wedding, okay? So we're gonna get into that and let's do it.
Okay, y'all. Let me tell y'all how I was supposed to get married yesterday. And I didn't get married. While I make these tacos real quick. So
what happened?
I was supposed to have got married. I was supposed to have got married yesterday, and I didn't. But today when I was sleeping, his mother was blowing my phone up. Oh. So the last time she had called, I was like in the process of waking up. She done already called like 5-6 times and text. Talking about, you stood my son up. Excuse me? Mama, I just woke up. She like, yeah, he told me to call you. What he telling you to call me for? He could call me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. So she done stood up the man at the wedding, and then when the mama called the next morning trying to see what's going on, you know, this lady talking about I'm just waking up. Like, she is being disturbed right now. Okay, let's get into this. She is something else.
So I had decided, like, I don't think me marrying you would be the best idea, would be ideal for me, because for one, he got 7 kids.
Girl, no.
He got 7 kids on child support and a pastor. What the fuck am I to do with that?
Not a pastor, girl.
I'm cool. Now I had reasons on why I was willing to do it. Because, you know what I'm saying, I had wanted to go active duty, whatever the case might be, and I got kids of my own. I had to go active duty. You know what I'm saying? But some things just ain't worth it. Some things like, what I'm gonna do with a man with 7 kids and on child support? He about to get everything. He gonna take everything.
Gonna take it
okay,
all.
y'all.
Y'all heard that? That's just part 1. What we got here in the chat? Hey, Corey, welcome to the live stream. So Ray told him hello as well, and then Corey said, "Wow, yes, honey. If you think that you got something going on in life, you gonna always be top and tit-tot when it comes to the BS." Let's keep, but there's more to the story, y'all. So where we at now is that she's gonna get married, and then she found out that the man had 7 kids, and that's why she decided to marry him. But she was going to marry him because she was trying to go active duty. So she gonna, we're gonna hear a little bit more about all of that.
So pretty much y'all all got the same question, and I'm gonna try to give y'all more details so y'all can kind of get a better understanding of what's going on.
Okay.
So first thing first, let me say this. It wasn't a big proposal. It wasn't like he proposed and I said yes and that's how that went. What happened was I'm trying to go active duty, and I can't go active duty with being a single mother. And technically I'm a single mother since I'm not married. I have two children on my own, and they're small. So I had to become married. So he was like, I'll marry you. I'm saying you could go active duty. Okay, cool. I didn't have no problem with that because, like, you know what I'm saying, the chemistry, the vibe, everything was good. So I didn't really like look at it like, and it was somebody I was already, you know what I'm saying, I had done this with. Like, I thought it was going to be a good idea. So we was just going down to the courthouse just to say I do. So it wasn't like he got on one knee and said, oh, will you marry me? That's not how that went. He just said, oh, you need to be married, I marry you. So I'm just like, all right, cool, because I want to go active duty. I didn't know that he had 3 kids. All right, cool. I don't really like men with a lot of kids, but who am I? Who am I? I got 2 of my own. So,
right.
I found out last week from his best friend about the other 4 children. And I found out because we were just casually chatting, whatever the case might be.
Okay, so y'all, as we can, to bring us together here. Okay, so Lavonna said, why did she even accept the proposal? Because, girl, she was trying to go active duty, and she got 2 kids that are not his. So, it was like a business arrangement, in my opinion. But what she didn't know was that this man had his own aspirations for the business arrangement. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So now we finna approach how she found out that the man had 7 kids, because she only knew that he had 3. Okay, let's get back into this.
And it was so crazy how it happened because we was like on like a double date, and so he went, you know what I'm saying, he went to the bathroom, but we was already having a conversation about the wedding because it was coming up on Monday, whatever. So he just asked me, he was like, "Is the kids going to be there?" I said, "Well, my kid's going to be at school, so it's going to be a quick little ceremony. Like it ain't. I don't feel like nobody need to be there. It's just so I can get these papers signed, I go act duty." So he was like, "Oh, well, I thought all his kids were going to be there." So I'm like, "What you mean all his kids? Like all sound like a lot to me." And I was a little tipsy, so I'm like, "What you mean all?" And I'm like, kind of dramatic. He like, "All 7 of them." What the fuck you mean all 7 kids?
Right.
So I'm the type of person. I don't really like people. I really don't like to let people see me sweat. Mm-hmm. So it's like when I get hit with a bomb, that was a fucking grenade. When I got hit with that grenade, I was just like, "Oh, yeah, we ain't discussed that." Because I didn't want him to see me sweat, and I also didn't want to look like a fool because I'm about to marry a man, and I didn't even know how many actual kids he fucking had. So, you know, I'm just sitting like, yeah, we didn't discuss that, and my kid's going to be at school, so I don't know, I guess that's a conversation we could have. You know? So, like, I had kept it, like, he doesn't, I mean, he probably know now, but he doesn't really know, like, why the fuck, I went AWOL. Like, I ain't talked to that man about, what's today, Wednesday? I ain't talked to him since Sunday. Yeah. Okay. So I had just went AWOL because I don't even know what the fuck to say. And it's just like I want you to think about what the fuck you got going on. Because how was you about to marry me and didn't even mention all your fucking kids? So that means ain't no telling what else you lying about. You know what I'm saying? And no, I would have never talked to you or dealt with you if I knew you had all them kids. I didn't even want to talk to you with you knowing that you had 3 kids. I already dealt with a man who had 3 kids prior to me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So, he doesn't know. Well, the video went viral. I'm pretty sure he knows now by what the fuck I did and why I did it. Mm-hmm. He didn't know prior. So the day of the wedding, I just got up and treated it like a regular day. Like, and you know, like Friday we had went out on that Friday. So Friday was our last day seeing each other. Oh, let me tell y'all, we don't live together. But we was going to eventually live together, like once I got active duty and then once I got stationed to where I was going to station that we was going to, you know, move out of town. We was going to all live together. Mm-hmm. When I say all, it was just going to be me, him, my kids. His kids, they was more than welcome to come visit, spend the night, whatever the case might be. But, you know, like, they with their mom. Right. The 3 I knew about. So, and I don't even know how old all the kids is.
Girl.
I hope it's some twins or triplets in there somewhere. I don't know. Okay, let me back up. So I treated that Monday like okay, let me back up. So that Friday, the last time I seen him was Friday. Because, you know, we were trying to do the thing like, oh, we're not going to see each other to the wedding day. I already had it in my mind. Oh, you had me out here looking like a motherfucking fool. So let me show you how much of a fool I'm about to have you looking like. So Sunday night when I went to sleep and put my kids in the bed, I said, oh, I'm not gonna I'll do that in a second. I'm not going to that courthouse. I was supposed to have got my hair done on Saturday. I was supposed to do everything on Saturday. Right. Or whatever the case might be, you know, to be prepared for Monday. But no, Monday morning I got up, I took my kids to school, and I got back in bed and watched me some Tubi and twinkled my toes. And I ignored every motherfucking phone call I was receiving. Because the people who needed to be there and who had my back, they came to my house. They knew what was going on. So yeah, that's how that went. I really didn't know about the kids, y'all. And it wasn't really no real proposal. It was just like, oh, I'm about to just say I do. And it was just like, I was cool with that because I was more focused on trying to go active duty than the big wedding ceremony. I could have did the big wedding ceremony later or whatever the case might be, but I had to be married in order to go active duty. So that's why it wasn't a proposal. It wasn't. I didn't have a ring.
Oh.
Because I was just like, oh, that shit gonna come. I just need to say I do so I can just go active duty. But let me tell y'all something. I swear to God, I had said a prayer. I had said, I've been saying these 2 prayers. One prayer is, God, show me how good it's finna get. I say that. God, show me how good it's finna get. And the other prayer was like, expose anybody that you feel like needs to be exposed to me before I move on to this next chapter in my life.
Right.
Chuck, he exposed you, okay? He did that. Yep, did that. So pretty much y'all all got the same question.
Okay, so whoo child. And she still got more to go. Who we got here in the chat? Corey said she wild for that. What's she wild for in particular? Look, that man, she serious about going active duty, y'all. Like, that's what she trying to do. When she heard that man got 7 kids, she like, wait a minute. He trying to get all my benefits. She was like, nah, he can't do that. She had to go AWOL on the man. But I'm like, why did he tell her that he had 7 kids? And what's funny is that this lady been on this man for a while. This wasn't like no new stuff going on here. This is not new. She been on this man for some years and only knew he had 3 kids. But you know what? I don't know. Let's keep this going because it gets crazier. Which I know that we can't believe it, but it does.
Everybody, since he want to make videos and be so motherfucker relevant and what the fuck I motherfucker said on my motherfucker page that he shouldn't even motherfucker be on, because bitch, I ain't even talk to you. So let me tell you how this is the second time he didn't gave me motherfucker secondhand embarrassment. What? Nah, because now he wanna be on the phone trying to figure out why the fuck I done put the business on the motherfucking internet. I didn't even know this nigga even made a motherfucker video. Now he done made a motherfucking video trying to tell me that he woke up and he saying I was slandering him. So now let's talk about it. And since you ain't gotta go to my page because I'm about to talk about it. So you.
So the fiance dude is on the phone. I guess she's on like speakerphone, whatever. And so what she's saying, he done caught wind of her video that went viral, and he went and did a response video, which I haven't seen that. But let this keep going here.
You don't have to go. You don't have to go on my page. You don't have to go on my page. Let me talk. You don't have to go. Let me talk. Damn. You gonna let me talk? You gonna let me talk? Listen. Let me talk. Let me talk. So you ain't gotta wake up on Thursday and we talk about I was slandering you again. Listen. This is your second time giving me secondhand embarrassment, because the first time when you was motherfucking talking to that girl, you took me on a motherfucking Maury show and had to announce me that you had a motherfucking baby. So y'all, one of them 7 kids I have found out on the Maury show. Let's talk about it. So some time went past. Said we still staying in contact, still in cahoots, whatever the case might be. Because we got history. We got motherfucking history. He want to keep talking about and put his business on the motherfucking internet. Y'all, I never mentioned this man's name. I never said who the man was. I was giving him respect. Then he want to make himself relevant. Ain't nobody tell him to go on my motherfucking page. And I never knew the fucking video was going to go viral. I'm always talking some shit about what's going on in my motherfucking life. I didn't say nothing about Miss Robin. I ain't say nothing. Yes, you did. You hear them kids. I didn't hide him. He was very much visible. He was very much motherfucking. You saw him with your own 2 eyes. I still ain't seen the other 4. But you wanna be. I'm outside handling business. And then I check my TikTok and you up here put me on a motherfucking green screen. Fuck wrong with you? I try to respect your name and everything. I didn't try to put the people in your business because I never mentioned who the fuck it was.
But the people knew. The people who knew I was.
Okay. The world didn't know. You made the world know. The people.
Put it out the world, motherfucker.
I was venting. I could fucking vent. fucking vent. I can fucking vent. You know I've been going through a lot anyway, and I have too many people to talk to. And you know I ain't got too many people to talk to. So who the fuck I talk to? TikTok. But you made yourself fucking revelate. So
don't talk about that other nigga you been talking about. The fuck you gonna go TikTok about me for? You talk about my motherfucking 7 kids. My other 3 kids don't even know.
What the fuck my other nigga gotta do with any motherfucking thing? Exactly. Not a motherfucking thing. He ain't got shit to do with motherfucking shit. That's besides the fucking.
Who you talking to?
You. Cause what the fuck you mean? Worry about my other nigga? No, I'm worried about the nigga. Bye. The fuck. Bye. Goodbye. The fuck. Oh, y'all. And to top it off, why the fuck did my fucking recruiter call me today? Talk about, oh yeah, I just want to inform you got a warrant out for your arrest. Like I can't catch a break. I can't catch a motherfucking break. Like what the fuck do you mean? I got a warrant out for my arrest? When? I really can't catch a break. I can't catch a break.
Lord have mercy. Y'all. Y'all, do you hear this? Oh my goodness. This man was saying how the 3 don't know about the other 4. Sir, how you got kids and the siblings don't know about each other? Like, this is crazy. I mean, but yeah, that man was definitely gonna marry her. Of course he gonna marry her. You about to be in the military, getting these benefits. That man wanted to get a piece of that. Okay, him and them 7 kids he got. Okay. And let me tell y'all, so she was saying that she was on the Maury Povich show with this man some years ago. And so I did see a portion of that episode, because you know I had to see what was going on, as you know. And this man had brought her on the show. He was dealing with somebody else named Pamela. And then he was like, he wanted to, because the girl, Ari, who we just saw, was like, she felt like he was cheating on her or whatever, seeing somebody else, which he was, Pam, which was the chick he had been with for a while. And so yeah, he was like, he was gonna stick with Pam and not be with Ari. So I'm like, okay. I'm trying to figure out, well, how is it that he's still you know what I'm saying, with Ari at this point? Because she did say that he had took her on the show and they were still in contact or whatever. I would not be in contact. Let me tell you this. If I'm with a man, dating this man, and he bring me on the Maury Povich show, number one, I ain't going. You can't pay me enough to go. Number one. Number two, if I was to have went, if I was caught slipping 20 years ago, and I was to have went on the Maury Povich show with this man, and you gonna tell me on national TV you got another chick and that you got another baby, you will never hear from me again. Especially if I ain't got no kids with you. And it don't sound like the 2 kids she got are from somebody else, is what I took from the story. But yeah, y'all, he done brought her on that show and was telling her that he was gonna be with the other woman. He got this child, all this, that, and the other, and now you still with this girl. I don't understand. Then I saw another video where she said that, so the best friend that told her this man got 7 kids, the best friend of her dude that she was gonna marry, the groom, will say, the best friend and the groom also got they also got the same baby mama. Yes. So how the best friend and the groom got kids with the same woman that wasn't her? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. So hold on, we got Shelly here talking about say, I don't know what that is, but hey, Shelly, welcome to the live stream. For those who are here, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Support the channel. We are so glad you're here. Lavonda says she embarrassed herself, just messy all around. Girl, yes. Yeah, and this is for a dude that she had already been on the Maury Povich show with years ago, who done embarrassed her, talking about he got another lady and another child. And then you gonna Just be, well, you know what? I need to go to help me understand for anybody who know about this military situation. I didn't know you. I know plenty of single parents that's in the military. They may not have been no parent when they enlisted or went in, but yes, they ain't got no they ain't got no husband and wife, but got kids. But she real big on this being in the military thing. So this whole TikTok tell all ain't gonna work well for her. You know, if she's gonna be doing any of that. But then y'all, she was saying that she was used to date Stevie J. You know, Stevie J, I Love Hip Hop Atlanta. Talking about she was dating him, and then she woke up one morning, he had just left her house, and they were saying that he got married to Faith Evans. I was like, girl, this is too much. This girl got some stories here, y'all. So I'm gonna keep up with her on TikTok and see what she talking about. But yes. So we got Vanny here saying hi. How you doing, Vanny? Welcome to the live stream. We done looked at about 5 videos, yeah, Vanny. So, you know, I am about to shut this thing on down, okay? But yes, Vanny says, sorry, I have not been here for a bit. Oh, that's fine. Well, I'm glad you caught me today. I usually do Thursdays, but I'm going to be traveling tomorrow to Texas. So I needed to go ahead on to keep my once a week going. I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do, you know, Wednesday to keep me on task. But yes, so glad you're here. You can catch the replay, girl. It's going to be made available for you. Yes. But anyway, y'all, what else y'all got going on? What y'all going on for the weekend, for the holidays? What do you all have going on for those who are here? I'm getting ready to go to Texas to go to a retirement ceremony. I'm going to go see some family over in Colorado or whatever. And then I'm probably going to head down south to Alabama, Georgia, before the end of the year. So we'll see how I do that, because I'm really not interested in traveling, but I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do. But yes. But yes, y'all, I don't see anything going on in the chat, y'all. So we're gonna be back on Thursday for next week. Okay. So I'll make sure that I get that schedule so you guys can know. So make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok. Support your girl in all the platforms. And with that, you know, if you're catching the replay, you know, please let me know in the chat. Put a snowflake. Okay, if you're catching the replay. What we got from Vanny? Oh my God, why are you so pretty? Thank you, girl. You know, I'm doing what I can over here. But yes, y'all, I hope you have a great weekend and everything. I may have a video coming out this weekend, so stay tuned. And I will see you all on my next video or live stream. Bye.